Well, our Dorman HVAC control module came today. In the 2019 van out there, this switch, I'm hoping this is what's wrong with it. We've checked all the relays, all the circuits, fuses. We've checked the blower motor. Jumped the blower motor off, it works. I could just redo a different switch, but this vacuum heat control switch is a little bit funky, and that one out there as well. So this we will be replacing. Now I'm wondering, okay, that one's got a screw in it there. Okay, well, that'll make it simple, hopefully. Hook it in over here with that one screw. Hopefully we won't have to take that whole front of the dash off. Everything that we're reading says we will, but maybe we won't. We'll see. Okay, February 16th, 2026. We're replacing the HVAC module in this 2019 Chevrolet Express van. First thing you need to do is disconnect the battery. We've disconnected the negative. It was I think a 14 and a 16 millimeter nut on there. Disconnected it. There is the module and the engineers. How just what can you say? Have to do all this just to get to one bolt on this HVAC module. I have no doubt they are doing their job. GM has told them not to make it easy. They need to get these things back in the shop where they can charge flat rate time to replace all this stuff. So here we go. I'm hoping that's what's wrong. I checked all the fuses, relays, and everything else. But once you get that off, you need to take these 4 10 millimeter bolts off underneath this. I guess this would be, it wouldn't be a kick panel, but anyway, on both sides. You got 2 on each side. Then you need to drop that steering column. You've got to get that styrofoam block out of the way. And these are, I think these were 10 millimeter too. They may be 8. Those may be 8 millimeter. 4 of those. Okay, let me go around that other side. It's not going to be easy to see, but because of the sun. But those 4 hold this in, and then you have to wiggle that out. Then you can get to those 2 16 millimeter bolts up there that are up there. That's one, and there's one on the other side. Loosen them, put it in park, let your steering column down. If you've got tilt, put it in, turn the switch on, get this gear shift all the way down, and that'll give you enough room to get to that. Otherwise it's just not enough room. It looks like you can get to it, but there's just not enough finger room to get in there and get to that thing. So okay, then when you get that, let me go back around this other side so you can see this stuff better. Okay, well, we stayed on this side. Well, once you get that loose and let that steering wheel come down, don't disconnect it all the way, because then it may pull that gear shift cable, may break something else in there. We've just lowered it down. We could let it down a little bit more, but I don't think we needed to, so that's fine like it is. Like I said, we got the gear shift all the way down in low. And then you start working up here at the top, getting these clips out. You've got these 2 here. You've got 2 more right there. And coming on over here, you've got this one, this one, this one. Then work your way down the side and get this one, or wherever that one is down there. And then come over to this other side. No, well, after you get that side, then come over to this other side and get this one pulled out down here. Then there are 2 in here. There's one, and you got 2 over here. And then these down at the bottom. And we're not going to disconnect any of this mess here. So I think we got it all there. We've got this one out. It was a, I think 7mm. 7mm holding it in. It's just that one bolt right there. Then you can pull this out and disconnect it from that thing right there. Then you just got to get these disconnects. They're not that difficult, but they're aggravating because you still don't have a whole lot of room. So that's about got it down. That's got to where we are now. We're going to put it back together. I'm not going to show you step by step going back together, but we're going to, it says remove before use, so we will remove that before putting it in. We're going to clip this one back in first, and then we're going to clip that little vacuum line right there, and then we will clip these two in, remove that, take those two in, and then clip these two in, and then stick it back in there, push it back in place, put that bolt back, and then we will start. I'll have to ask my girl. I think we'll start at the bottom, working back up around, or we may start, or I may try to get these in the middle pushed back in and fastened. But we haven't disconnected anything back there. All of that is still connected. And so hopefully all this stuff is going to go back in, and hopefully that'll get it, because this thing, the fan quit working altogether. And so we checked all the, wait a minute, this is not the right switch. I do not have that. I do not have this button right here. I guess that's the rear defroster. Well. I don't guess we can go back with it. We've got to find the right switch. That's very important, people. Compare, make sure you get the right switch. Don't pull what I did. I guess that's a rear defroster. I'm going to ask my girl what that is. If that's just a rear defroster, we may leave it out. Oh, man. Pay attention to detail. Pay attention to detail. We'll have to send that one back to Amazon, see if we can find another one. This was a doorman from Amazon. It was $140. It was 50, I think about 50% off. And then so we got it for 70. O'Reilly said theirs was $240, and that may be why right there, because of that defroster button. We're going to look on Amazon and see if we can find the correct one, but I think we'll upload this video, but this may be sitting here for a couple of days until we get the right module, I guess. Boy, I hate that. I hate it. But anyway, it is what it is. You got to pay attention to detail, or you get stuck like this, like I am. Okay, let's be a wrap. We'll follow up on it once we get the right parts and all that junk. Well, I can't find one at a decent price. We're going to go ahead and put this one in. Our Gemini assistant, our girl, says that it ought to work perfect. It's just that, and it has that switch down there at the bottom. It just doesn't have the connector. That since everything in these things talk to each other, it may trigger a fault code, but it wouldn't be an engine. Wouldn't be a check engine, but it might be a fault code. But it will be plugged up. Just doesn't have the button switch. So let's get back at it. Then we'll finish this video up. Okay, we've got everything plugged back up. And what we did, like I said, the switch has been on because the steering wheel's down and the gear shift is down. We just went out and touched the ground wire to the battery. And with the HVAC set to on instead of off, and the fan on, the fan came on, so that was our problem. We're gonna just take a chance on any kind of module light or fault light showing up. I never use that rear window defroster anyway, so we're just gonna stick this thing back together now and be done with it, hopefully. Okay, moment of truth. We've got the battery connected back up. We're going to check our HVAC control, see if everything's working. Okay, we can hear our doors opening and closing down there. Let's turn the fan on. Okay, dash is working. Down below is working. Defrost is working. That fan doesn't sound as high as the other one was. And this is a Dorman, so it's not one of these other aftermarket. Dorman should be a good one. Okay, well, we're going to call success, whether it is successful yet or not. So let's turn this off, wrap it up. We'll get this uploaded. We still got to get these bottom two kick panels on, but that's just for 10mm bolts.